Are you ready? Are you ready?
Woo! Welcome to SonarFeed! Episode
213.
213. 213. That was close enough.
Deuce 5-0.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to have to order another beer. That was so long.
That was awesome.
You could have died. Not quite.
Glad to be back, though. Miss you, boys.
Who are you?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
We should maybe do introductions.
Yes, my name is Hugo Garcia, a.k.a. Maybe the Seattle. To your right, my left.
Tom Biro, a.k.a. Bougie Hooli. And across from me,
Oh, we weren't cued. I'm
the producers didn't know to go.
That's right.
Adam, a.k.a. Weigel. Also, yeah.
Among other
Yeah.
shady Twitter accounts that he's running.
And Yo Soy El Tigre.
Wow.
SSFC Fody 13.
Eso, tigre, eso.
Is that
That's what I'm
what
talking
the
about.
kids are calling it these days?
That is what the kids are calling it these days.
Nice. Well, welcome back to, episode 213. It's really like 225 or something, isn't it?
It's probably even more
But
than that because of all the
we'll,
point.
Yeah.
We'll just go with it. We're going to say 213, Deuce 5-0. We'll talk a bit about that later.
Yeah.
But I think we've got a couple of things to do going around the horn. We'll talk a little bit about the week or the weeks that were with Ugo. We'll
Yeah, because we
figure
didn't
out.
really
Oh,
discuss
yeah.
anything last week.
Or the week
we had
before.
an amazing show with
Yeah,
Jess
man.
Fishlock.
Yo, killed it.
That
was
Killed it.
fantastic.
It was one of the favorite shows that I've watched or been a part of.
Yo,
I
it's
think
my
that was
favorite
super
show of
fun.
the year. No disrespect to our boy Steve, but that was, and I wasn't even on it, but that was my favorite show of the year. And I wasn't
killed
even
it.
here. No, she did.
Like
Yeah.
at every point, she was
a
fantastic.
Jefa de jefas. That means boss of bosses. Jefa de jefas.
Thanks for translating.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah.
like Bowser,
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
She's
not a
ball.
mini boss.
No, that's a
Yeah,
ball.
actual Big Bowser.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll want to recap a little bit with Ugo. We'll talk with Mark about his weekend, which was
His
spent,
mustache,
spent outdoors, his lack of facial hair,
shaving experience.
and among other things. And then Adam and I are just basically here as
Fillers.
Cannon fodder.
So let's dig in. So Ugo, we've missed you for a few weeks now. We sort of gave quick updates to the crew that you were out doing your civic duty.
Yeah,
and
doing
why don't you give
Doing it well.
the quick recap if you don't mind?
Doing it and doing it well.
You were doing a little bit of that.
Yes, no question. No, it's been a busy month, man. The last month or so, last 30 days, I've been going to a lot of city council meetings. And we just put in work, just kind of standing up for what I believe in. So it's been a huge...
No hard shell tacos.
No, exactly. No hard shell tacos.
No, but seriously.
None. But seriously, it's just about standing up for immigrant rights in Björn, where I grew up in and where I live, where I'm a homeowner. So I've just been doing a lot of work in that effect. But having said that, I am excited to be back and just kind of chop it up with friends, talk about Sounders, and quick shout out to all the folks that stopped me yesterday and gave me a quick word of support for everything that I've been doing. Appreciate that. And it was so good to just see so many friends in the last 2 days and just get some hugs, get excited about the Sounders, get some goals, get some celebrations, do some goal calls with Sounders too. That was the most goal calls I've done in one game for the Sounders.
3.
Yeah.
Well, it was the most goal calls where you didn't have to call goals for other
Yeah.
team.
Yeah. No, it was just a
The
fun.
most pro goals.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was a lot of
4
fun,
goal
man.
calls.
Definitely happy to always talk about what I do in Björn. Send me a tweet, send me a DM. Always happy to talk about that. It is important work, but getting those hugs and comments from folks helps a lot. 'Cause sometimes it could be like hard work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that baby kitten for you on Twitter, just while you weren't.
Yeah, that
while
was
you were
perfect.
working.
Yeah, emergency
So,
kittens.
You're gonna retweet that?
No question. No question.
So anyway, serious props to you for stepping up, and I know we've talked a lot offline about that. As you literally have to be dead to not know about shit that's going on in the country and the world, really, right now. So seeing it kind of at home in different ways and hopefully more constructive ways it is important and something that we should all pay attention to. So props to you for
Thanks,
stepping
y'all.
up.
Thanks, y'all.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about y'all, man? What have you guys been up to, man?
We've been doing stuff. I mean, Mark's probably got some of the better stories. I mean, Adam was with you yesterday at the stadium, but Mark,
thanks for those tickets. Thanks for letting
for
me
sure, dude.
Let me get those tickets.
Mark,
Appreciate
to
that.
borrow a phrase of yours, chopped it up a bit at summer camp over the weekend.
Yeah,
So,
buddy. I see.
I had a little fun.
Yeah, how'd that go?
It was amazing.
What'd you see?
First of all, shout out to the end. They did an amazing job putting together the 2-day show.
The people that let you write a blog post?
Yeah, they're actually going to have me write another one.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Mark wrote a blog post, shockingly, about places to drink and eat before and after events.
Who would have thought?
I know you never would have seen that coming, but
Where was the hot spot for that rosé?
Rosé.
Mark's tent. What? So anyway, give us some highlights.
Yeah, man.
Did you meet any cool bands?
I did. I met just about every band. Got to see a couple backstage live performances. Bishop Briggs and Vance Joy both did these cool small acoustic sets. It was like 20 people. The end live streamed it, but it was just so cool to be there and just super intimate.
Ooh, I like that. Super intimate.
Yeah. I think the guys that stole the show, they're actually local. They're called the Fame Riot, and they're these brothers.
The Fame Riot.
And they just they love life. So they're just wearing whatever random shit they found at Goodwill, like crazy psychedelic women's clothing type stuff.
No
they just
F's
didn't
given.
care. No F's given. And they just absolutely stole the show. Day one, they played, and towards the end of the set, all of a sudden the guitar player is out in the crowd, running around with his guitar playing.
Oh, dude, that's dope.
Yeah, and then they got called in on day two. One of the performers had to call out sick, and so they got the call to come back. And it was awesome. The guitar player jumped on the security guard shoulders that was at the pit. And the security guard carried him around, so he rode him around like a horse. And it was hilarious.
Oh, my God, dude. That sounds epic.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it was so much fun. Good people. It was really fun to chop it up with the staff of the end, and there's other people from Entercom there, from The Wolf and from 99.9. So it was cool to see they're out there supporting too.
Heck yeah.
Big
The community
family.
gets together. I love that, man.
Yeah.
Tell us now some really important to know. People want to know. I know I'm not the only one. Why? Why is the stash no longer with us?
I actually promised a friend of ours that we're going to a show next weekend. She said she would not go unless I shaved it. So hi, Kelly.
What show are you going to?
Incubus and
Nice.
Jimmy Eat World.
Oh,
with
man.
Portugal the Man. Portugal the
Was
Man opening.
Incubus the one you saw in Mexico City?
Yes, sir.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah, so it should be good. Saturday.
Saturday. That
Down
was
at
a
White River.
Question here from our
Wait,
friends.
so you're going to go to White River, and then you're going to go to the game on Sunday.
Yeah, and then
Thankfully,
I'm gonna
the game's at 6 p.m. or something.
Yeah.
So
and then I'm gonna drive to Portland on Monday for my new job.
Cool.
Let's go. Like a boss.
Selling potatoes.
Selling potatoes.
Slanging some taters.
Slanging some
Slanging
taters.
Some taters. Love
You
it.
just made that sound infinitely cooler than it actually is. So, shout out to Charlie's.
Yeah, that's right.
What?
Adam, man,
Don't ever do that again.
fill us in, man. Fill me in. And what you been up to? How's everything in T-Town?
T-Town is fantastic. I've
You
been
like gunfire?
Yeah. So last night, at 12-ish, 12:30, 45, somewhere around there, I woke up. I was half asleep, and I woke up and I heard this loud noise. I was pretty sure it was gunfire.
You sure it
But
wasn't fireworks? I mean,
Yeah, well, we
within
thought-
a month and a half from.
we get a lot of fireworks and unfortunately, we get not a lot of gunfire, but we get some gunfire. So I have learned the difference.
Occasional
gunfire. But what it turned out to be, and then my daughter comes into the room. I fell back asleep, and my daughter comes in the room around like 2:30, saying, "Hey, there's like 3 or 4 cop cars in the alleyway."
2:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
How old's your daughter?
12.
Oof.
And her room is overlooking where they are, and they got a bullhorn, and they're firing off their sirens and shouting, "With the occupants of house number 2017, please vacate, come out." And
So that's fun.
yeah, and that apparently was going on until 9 a.m.
Oh.
Yeah, so they eventually
sound
stopped.
sleeper.
They eventually stopped with the loudness. But what it turned out it was the dude just decided to go out in his backyard and shoot his gun like 4 or 5 times, and that was it. But
I mean, that sounds like a super safe activity to do
Yeah.
in a downtown environment.
yeah, and where the distance between the houses is like 10 feet. But the reason that it became a big thing is because he has a felony and he's not allowed to have guns.
Minor details.
Yeah. So when they got into his house this morning, they found like 3 or 4 different guns, and so they arrested him. That was
Enjoy the pokey, pal.
that was
Nice.
the
What about the poke?
poke. Ooh,
I don't think they have poke in Pierce County
I'm
Jail.
going to go with no. Large negatory. on
I've
that
never been a
one.
resident, but I'm going to go with
Yet.
probably not.
There's still time.
So just circling back, want to also big shout out to our host with the most, the greatest pub in the greater Puget Sound area, the Berliner Pub, for hosting us like always, and also for inviting some of us to their employee barbecue. Right?
That was super miserable.
It was super miserable. It was super
We had an
miserable.
awful
No,
time.
It wasn't. It was amazing.
do any of you remember it?
Ooh, yeah. I mean, Ugo had to go to work afterwards,
I
so
did.
he had to
Oh,
cut
that's
off
right.
the beer at one point.
Yes.
But we did have some food
Oh my God.
to speak of. We didn't really talk about it last week, so if you want to
Oh, dude.
discuss
so
that for a
first,
moment.
Like, shout out to the staff here that treats us like family. We literally feel like we are family with the Berliner staff here at in Renton, ahead of the curve. The staff made their own. Brought in the chef. Brought in some homemade pozole, which for a really warm day may not be considered the ideal dish, but anytime you get homemade pozole.
But it's kind of like having pho, like on a hot day. It actually
Yeah.
makes you feel all right.
Oh, dude, it was perfect. But, however, I will say that I had what may be the hottest hot sauce I've had this year and top 5 of my life.
I've eaten food with you in and outside of this country.
Yes.
And I've seen you sweat over food before.
Yes.
Sometimes it's food and temperature. You were dying.
Yeah, that one was, dude, like, seriously.
We both were like, they were like, oh, the sauce real hot.
yeah.
And we're like, yeah, whatever.
Sure, whatever.
And we both took like tablespoons and just threw it in. Like you're throwing hot sauce in soup.
No, this
Basically.
was painful. Like, now when people say it's painful, I'm like, come on, it can't be that bad. And I had to force myself to finish out of just my own willpower, and I'm not going to.
I thought you were
You're
going to
not a
tell us
quitter.
a far
I'm
different
not a
story.
quitter.
than
No.
that.
So
We
I
did
finished that
finish.
pozole.
There were other people, some of which are in this room right now,
now,
who did not
looking at you,
finish their
Katie.
pozole.
Looking at you, Katie. Didn't finish that pozole.
Didn't finish your pozole.
I did.
We
I did.
We did.
Yeah, no.
Spicy.
Yeah, it was painful.
Katie confirms that it was really spicy.
Good, but it was horrible how spicy it was.
So that was amazing. If you follow Ugo on any social media platform, you might have seen video of various planes flying overhead
Yeah.
and us doing goofy shit.
It was fun, man, and that's why we love hanging out here with our friends, especially the Verner pub has been a huge part of everything we do here at SonarFeed. So major thanks. Thank you to everybody that's here hanging out, having drinks with us. Yeah, it's a good crew here with Jake the Snake. Good to see you, bud. Yeah.
Tom, did you do a backflip into the lake?
I did not do a backflip into the lake. However, I did jump into the lake a couple times off of the roof of a building.
Oh.
Which was pretty cool. And Dave did take video at one point. And it was one of those things where it's like it's just high enough that you have enough time to think about anything on the way down. And you're like, oh, I'm in the air and I'm in the water. I hope it's deep enough and it's deep enough. Thank you. And then you're out of the water again. It was pretty awesome. I mean, it was a great day. Obviously got to catch lots of good seafair stuff. Pretty cool to literally like look up and you could identify like faces of people in the cockpits of the planes as they're turning over the top of you.
At first, it was a little, like,
That's pretty
scary,
amazing.
not gonna lie.
Like if they weren't going hundreds of miles per hour, you could have read their names on the side of the planes. They were that low. So no, that was pretty fantastic.
Yeah. no
So
question.
again, shout out to the Berliner, to Dennis and Greg and the whole crew for having us out and for having us out every week.
Yeah.
Look at you weaving that in.
I'm just saying.
It's like you work here.
It's been a minute, though. Do I do miss
That
you
makes
guys,
one of
man.
us.
Let me tell you.
Work. Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome to be here having some laughs. And it's
good to have you back.
A little bit about a little football, man. A little football action.
We can talk a little football.
Yeah, let's talk a little football.
So Saturday there was a Sounders game, and they played against this team called Sporting Kansas City.
Oh,
How'd they do?
The Wizards.
The Wizards did not. They were not victorious. Yeah, they went home in their robe and wizard hat. And it's my internet humor that like 4 people will get that joke. So they went home unhappy.
As
Still
they should.
dommed wireless.
Yes.
Bummer. So I had pulled. There's a pretty good sounder at Heart Post recapping kind of the stats or metrics. So the show tonight is obviously a Deuce homage. So 50 goals in 105 matches for Clint Dempsey since he landed in 2013.
Is that good?
It's pretty good. There's this Freddie Montero guy who had 60. So we'll need to work on that a little bit.
I was
but
thinking about that.
At the rate he's going, that could be this season.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you never know. So 10 goals behind Montero. So pretty big. And there were a couple other metrics that they had pulled. Was it had been over 360 minutes since the Sounders had previously scored in the regular season versus SKC, which is kind of nuts if you think
Yeah.
about it. One of those games was the end of Ziggy Schmidt's career as a Sounders coach,
Yep.
if you remember that. 8 match unbeaten streak in the
We
league.
saw him at that airport.
And the big part about that was I think people were pretty confident the Sounders could win, but SKC was coming in on a unbeaten streak of their
Yes,
own.
yeah.
So you never really know where you're going to get. 400 minutes of shutouts for the
That's
Sounders right
crazy,
now,
man.
which is just bonkers.
Can I just say, I'm going to go ahead and apologize and send out a mi culpa to Dempsey, man. I was talking some smack earlier about a couple months ago. There's others. I'm not the only one. And he has made me eat my words. The dude has showed up. I don't know if it was the benching on the national team where he didn't get some playing time, whatever it was. The dude has been on fire, reminding us why Dempsey Watch was a thing.
Yeah.
Why
He feels
he's
like
the
he might be
captain.
better
Yeah.
right now than I remember multiple times, like
Yeah.
stretches of Dempsey, where you're like, oh, yeah, he looks real good out there with Oba.
That was
He
my
just looks
90s
like
band.
he does not care, for one.
Yeah.
And it is just on all the time for him,
Dude, yeah,
which is
so-
super, super fantastic.
I will admit to my bad, Deuce. Obviously, you're the man. So thank you.
So on that note, there's a guy on Reddit last match when he scored 2, right, last week. Before, I think it was before the first goal. The play is just what it was at that point, nothing super special. And he's like, I don't understand how Clint Dempsey keeps getting the starts for this team. He should be coming in the 70th minute, whatever. And then
I never
like
said that.
2 minutes later, someone comments and they're like,
About that.
they're like, this did not age well. Something like that. And then he scored again. And everyone's like, yeah, so about that Clint Dempsey guy.
downvote, downvote,
And again,
downvote, downvote.
I mean, we talked a lot about Deuce in the offseason, and I think it was more of we didn't necessarily think he was going to make it back at all,
Right.
let alone play here.
Oh, yeah.
So for him to not only come back but be like devastating
Right.
is fantastic.
It is fantastic. It's going to make it really tough on guards at the end of the year. He keeps up this pace, right? Because I think a lot of folks were like, we might not see him in the future in the next season or two. And now it's like, yo, you better lock him up. You better lock him up.
I mean, if Clint Dempsey wants to stay for a while and be the 70-minute guy. Oh, wait. We're going to unveiling.
Speaking of ring.
Let's go, yo.
Check out that medal.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold still. No, that's whatever.
All right.
Too close.
Too shiny. Too shiny.
Shout out to all our friends here with their rings.
There you go.
Lickett just did the he did the sip tea Kermit. Dempsey only tries when he's playing for the U.S. men's national team is my favorite incorrect narrative. There have been times where we've been like, can we get national team Deuce? Because that guy looks pretty good.
I've said that.
Now,
yeah, Kevin said it. Yeah,
you can't have Sounders Deuce. He literally right now does not. It doesn't seem to matter. He's like, oh, I have a kit on. I will go do something.
It's like the Stig.
I got this. Let's go. So good times.
Man.
How about Deuce handshakes with every?
Deuce
got one.
handshakes with everybody.
He saw that video that person did a few months ago. It was like the teacher. that
Oh,
had, like,
yeah.
a custom handshake
With
for everyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Deuce,
yeah.
Deuce is rolling with that.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's just crazy. So coming into Saturday, I think everybody felt really good about Sounders, which was awesome. But you knew you were playing against the first place
I think
team.
it was really our first big test, right? Like we made
For sure.
a good run.
You
but
had
now
you
it's
played
like,
a couple trash
boom.
teams
Yes.
in the middle.
Yes, but this is like a
We talking about you,
playoff
Minnesota.
contender.
We should talk about Minnesota.
No, we shouldn't.
So anyway, so Saturday, so the game's kind of rolling. It was a little bit clunky at the beginning, probably because you're playing against a team that's actually got a solid defense, understands how to play, does not have to score 10 goals. So even within that record, they're winning games 1-0 or drawing 0-0. So they're not really giving up goals, but they're not scoring a ton of goals either. Whereas the Sounders are winning 4-3 comeback matches, and just playing a
amazing,
completely
man.
different thing.
Seriously.
I mean, I'm quickly looking at the standings right now. So Sounders in second, but they're all Houston, Sounders, and SKC are all tied with 37 points. But Sounders have 37 goals for and 31 against, and SKC has 29 and 19.
Especially considering how inconsistent we have been playing the first half of the year. Prior to
For
the
real.
last month, it's amazing that we're in this position. Just looking like
Well, they had
you
a
said.
negative goal differential, the Sounders did, a couple of
Yeah,
weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, and all it took was 2-3 matches, and you're like, and you blew
And
everyone
we're
out of the
right.
water.
Yeah. Welcome to the MLS.
Yeah.
And
That's so MLS.
It is so MLS, but
It's
but
very
you know what? I
MLS.
got reminded about that. I was waiting in line to the event on Sunday, and I saw
Were there
a friend
lines?
of ours, just a couple.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we shall. But this friend did remind me, like, there's gonna be. It's every year, and it's not just soccer. There's ups and there's downs. There's rough times or bad things, but there's always good times. So you just gotta really try to enjoy the good times and get through those rough times, especially through an MLS season. And we've done that in the past. Last year was a one of a kind, low to a high extreme. But I think for me, it put a lot into perspective of where we're at now in the season and going into this big celebration that we had on Sunday. Who all went? I know some had prior engagements, camping.
I went for about the better part of an hour. I was there, 11:30 to 12:40, 12:20, excuse me. I saw you there for a little bit.
I wasn't able to get there.
So we're gonna let's come back to the game, but let's talk about this.
Yeah. Awesome event, yo. Like, even with, you're going to hear probably a lot of different comments on
Line
lines.
culture.
Line culture, for sure. That's why I saw you briefly waving from my line across to your
To
line.
the other line. Yeah.
That's where I saw Lickett and Grandma walking by the lines. but it was so worth it, man. It was so worth it. I waited about an hour. Probably most people waited about an hour to get the rings.
And you were there early.
Yeah, I got there right about 11, right when the thing kicked off. But there was already a big line. I'm talking like, to get in, it was packed. And this is bad on me. I don't know if it's because of all the work I've been doing in Buren that was disconnected. But I thought this event was going to be at the 90, and you just go in, there's a line, you pick up your ring, and boom, that's it.
Nope.
No, not at all. It was like a massive celebration. Players, giveaways. They had, big giant inflatable foosballs. They had food trucks. I was like, what?
They had that thing where you kick the dart soccer balls at the dartboard, which I kind of wanted to do, but I want to do it with a beer.
Yeah, and they let you try out the hit the crossbar challenge.
Yeah.
You could get on the pitch.
You could meet Callum Malice.
Yeah, no question.
New sounder because we needed a midfielder. No, he's
and
gonna be
Calvin
fine.
Learham as well.
Learham. He could probably teach you how to do some throw-ins.
No question.
Yes.
No, but it was super cool because, they did. You could tell that the front office and the what? Something like that.
Wait, what did he
Some
say?
Creeper photos on the phone. No, I took a photo of our guy here sitting on the Sounders bench from afar.
I just look up and here's Hugo.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, but seriously, man, that was just so much fun. And the team, for all the hard times, we acknowledge that they sometimes they make some maybe mad moves when it comes to customer service and how they treat the whole rice on the pricing. Man, they just nailed it with this event. Whether it was with that or not, that's how they pay for it.
How do you think you got those rings?
It's a lot of there's a lot that they tried to do in one space.
Yeah.
So they'll figure it out, and they tweeted about it, and they were like, "We learned a lot. I know I had seen a few folks that I'm familiar with from the front office walking around like trying to rejigger things and move things around because I think there were spots where they didn't expect there to be a line, and then there was, and they were trying to move like those spots where you could like take a picture with your face in like the fry save, and
Do you think they?
because they were in between all the lines.
I think he's saying that
Yeah.
you couldn't see where you had like cutouts of players so you could stick your head in there. And
Do you think they expected the turnout?
So did you see that on the history line? Did you see the rolled on the 4-3 comeback?
Yes.
So like
The
it was
smile.
up to date enough that the last one you see before you go back out the door was that match
Rolled on,
from
yeah.
a couple of weeks ago. So I'm like, well done, y'all, to like
and they
pull
had,
in something like that.
Huge like posters of the celebration with the players.
And they covered up the Super Bowl thing for the Seahawks.
Yes.
Like they put a black wall up. Like it was all Sounders
Yeah, no,
in
it
that
was
very
space.
nice.
It was super cool. And like you said, the staff was like running from one place to another, like chickens with their heads cut off. But in trying to be great hosts to as many of our fans as possible. My dad loves to be a great host and make sure that everything's taken care of when we have company over, food, drinks, and everybody has refills. And it reminded me of that. It reminded me of all the staff they brought out players because they knew the lines were ridiculous at some point. So they brought out like Nico and Roman to sign autographs to folks that are waiting in line. And it was just really cool, man. So much props to all the
Yeah,
staff.
I think it was Emily on Twitter was saying how she said at one point Nico was in line entertaining people, and he had to go somewhere else. But it's kind of a seamless transition where they brought Jordan in and took Nico away.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What other team does anything like that for their fans?
Grandma
Yeah,
made a
it's
great point
great.
in saying that not a lot of teams or any
Exactly.
does stuff like that for fans. And I don't obviously I'm not in other cities to see other teams do it, but I've been to
Why not?
events. I just love my city too much. But I've been to events for the Seahawks, and my brother was telling me a lot about similar celebration that he goes to with the Mariners. I don't, just to be honest. And he said, this was up there with the Seahawks years after Super Bowl when they have all kinds of events, whether it's training camps or celebrations, and it does. I think we are a bit spoiled in a sense that we're able to have so many close interactions with players. My niece got a chance to see to get autographs from Nico, Roman Torres, Kelvin Leardom. He was out by the foosball equipment out in the front of North Plaza. There was maybe a line of 5 people, and I was like, damn, this is like the biggest signing we just got from Europe this year. We just, since he's been on the team, we haven't allowed a goal, maybe, possibly. And he's here. 5 people wait in line. Same with Ship and all the players. None of them. I didn't get a sense of it that they were like, oh my God, no. They were just gracious. They were signing everything. So, like Grandma said, I think.
They were signing and walking.
And walking
Yeah.
at the same
Signing,
time.
walking.
The poor people that were trying to usher them along, because the players would literally just
We just keep
stop
going.
and talk.
Yeah.
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 More than anything, the ring is freaking badass. So
Yeah,
I
let
think
me
they
see-
have
let me see
other.
real quick.
Yeah. It's
See if I can get it.
it's nice and girthy and heavy, and it's not like a Cracker Jack ring. It is like a legit dope.
It's
heavy
not gonna
metal ring.
focus. Look
I'm
how
a little
close I
biased
can
'cause
get
it fits
to
perfectly on
it.
my chunky finger, so I'm
There it
happy.
goes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So.
That is
amazing
beautiful.
event that kind of reminds you to enjoy the good times, even though
For sure.
there might be bad times. You know what I mean?
So Nico's name come up a couple minutes ago. One of my favorite things, and again, just supporting and trying to help out one of the topos in the section on Saturday. Didn't watch everything yet. Haven't watched the full recap. But I watched Nico beat 2, if not 3 people for duels that he is way shorter than. And if you're out there and Nico is hopping over you, you should be thinking twice about your ability to
Yeah.
defend, because that was pretty cool. There were some interesting things, so let's come back to the game if you're good with that.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
We have
Did
an
they
answer, and I hope
did
it's
they
the one you
have-
want.
At the event,
Soccer.
did they have any type of where you could play against one of the players?
Yesterday? I don't think so.
No.
They help us
Oh,
with stuff, right?
okay.
Because
There was one where some of the players, I saw somebody had a thing.
Was it a foosball thing?
Where they
Yeah,
were shooting
that's
at the
perfect.
players.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
there was somebody in the goal. Yeah.
Some people did play with, I can't remember who it was.
Somebody played foosball against Leardom.
Chris.
Okay, that's what because to me I think that would be a lot of
Holy
fun
shit.
doing stuff like that. Yeah,
Leardom and Kobar, I believe, were in goal at some point.
yeah, that would be a lot of fun. All right, sorry, let's go back to the game.
So going back to the game, so a couple interesting things. There was a point where Nico and Jordan swapped sides, and it was not just like one play by accident. It really looked like they were trying some different things out, which was just interesting. What? Oh, God. Girth Lagerway. Thanks, Lickett. We went into like a bunch of girth
Oh, my God.
comments.
Yes.
Chris is like, he became 12, shockingly, in the comments. And then Mark
No, that's just Chris.
is just there. Mark's now quitting the internet, so interesting. Anyway, let's come back to this for a second. So some interesting tactical things. Jordan at the wing, swapping spots a couple times with Nico. Something that Eileen and a few other people have pointed out was, you could say what you want about the couple moments where he had the ball and was driving in and could have maybe done some things differently, but he definitely created space where there was none, or attracted people
Yes.
and created space for other players, which was what you'd expect to happen. But it's for a player like him to be in that kind of role where he is not necessarily the target, not the one that they're trying to send up
Right.
to score, and for him to just play on that team, because that's what the team's all about, is pretty awesome to see.
No, totally. I think that kind of goes back to our coaching staff. I think the coaching staff did a fantastic job in preparing the players for a, playoff equivalent rival. It's a big game. Lately, they've been playing against some opponents that may not be the strongest. So there could have been a lot of question of but can you do it against the number one team in the league? Can you play well? Can you create
Yup.
chances? And for the most part, they totally outplayed. I'm not saying that they spanked them or dominated them, but they were the better team. They deserved to.
I'm
get the
noticing
3
a
points.
theme. Spanking, domination. What else you got?
Yo,
Where have you been for the
Yo, I
last
just
2
made
weeks?
Ugo
Well,
uncomfortable,
then.
and it's amazing.
Yes.
a little bit, but that ring.
The
yo,
ring!
That ring, yo.
That was the most squirrel thing that has ever happened on this show.
Squirrel!
But no, the coaching staff prepared him, man. They executed a game plan, and it seems like they told the players, you guys need to step up to your opponent, play to the level of your opponent, and let them know why you're better than them. And they totally did, man.
They did. And the last stat that was in that article we were talking about before was about possession. And it's another game where Sounders had less than half the possession, still came out with a victory. And you definitely noticed that they didn't have dominant possession, but when they had the ball,
They
it
had
was
more-
pretty fantastic.
It was. They definitely had the more legit scoring threat opportunities that, we could have easily scored like 3 goals that game easily.
And
I
then,
saw that too. I saw that.
Right. Ugo, what did you? Yeah, that's. I'm just trying to
Shout out
distract
to
you
Chris.
from the chat,
Yo,
and it's not working.
I'm following it.
He's paying
Definitely
attention.
getting the feedback
So-
for the show for this one.
So Osvaldo Alonso
Osvaldo, what up, Os?
hit the field, and a number of times actually. And the thing a couple of us were talking about yesterday was he did that thing that Oba always used to do, where you'd run into this crowd of people with the ball or to get the ball, and then somehow he just comes out with the ball on the other side, and you have no idea why.
And everybody else is looking at each other
Yeah,
like, what?
pretty much. So there was at least one play like that, kind of down at the south end to the top of the area, and the ball's just kind of bouncing around a little bit, and then he just comes out with it again, and you're like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to watch you, and I didn't understand exactly what just happened there. How did you come out with that? And Ozzy being Ozzy, so great to see. Because I think we had been talking about was, what are they going to do with this lineup now when Alonso comes back?
Yeah,
Like, you did all that without Alonso?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big question mark. And
Hey,
it
bird
was
friends.
answered. What up, y'all? To some of the guests, hey, what do you guys think? What are some of you guys' comments about the game?
It was really good.
I think when Alonso comes back, you're going to see the time of possession going up.
Grandma says that when Alonso comes back, possession time is going to go up.
And the possession time when they had the ball was in midfield. It wasn't
Right.
threatening. And our team let them have it.
The possession they had was in the midfield.
That's a good point she
And
makes,
let them
man.
have it where it
Yeah.
didn't count.
And it kind of goes back to kind of the conversation we were having that we had the more legit threat. We had the possession, on their 18 when we had opportunities to, make plays, for sure.
What did
Say something about Dempsey.
Oh, what?
Grandma's
Grandma, you
gonna
can say
Grandma's
whatever
gonna
you
say
want.
whatever
Grandma,
she
No.
wants about
she can-
Dempsey.
If she talk about
Grandma's going to
Dempsey.
talk about Dempsey.
Dempsey, to me, this year,
Dempsey to her
has
become this year one of the players, not just a superstar.
He's part of the team, and instead of everybody looking at him as being the superstar.
He's one of the crew. He's one of the guys. Yeah, so she made a great comment that Dempsey is one of the guys, not just the superstar of the team. And I think that's a good point because of his injuries and him missing out on that run we had. He's doing things in the last month and a half to show that he's one of us. Yes, he's one of us. He's ready to have fun and be magical, man. That dude sometimes with his ball is crazy what he does. Like, I couldn't do that with my hands, let alone my feet. You know what I'm saying, Mark?
I know what you're saying.
Picking up what I'm putting down.
I'm picking up what you're putting
He's
down.
texting.
Let's go.
No,
He's trying to figure out how to
Chatting.
pay his Minnesota away bar bill.
Still.
Doing some online gambling right now. He's playing the Man U fixtures.
Cash.me slash
Holy
About
shit,
Man
man,
U.
you just...
Hey, can we not
Fody
talk about
13.
that? Can
Let's
we
come.
not talk about
Let's
that?
come. Let's come back. Let's come back for a second.
So I have an aside for yesterday. How about the Seahawks tweeting
Yes.
soccer.
as if it was soccer
Yes.
because they were at StubHub Center?
Dude,
that was
Soccer
so
Specific
amazing.
Stadium.
That was great. Their
I missed
social
that. That's
media-
hilarious.
God.
Killed
Dude,
it.
they called full time.
Yeah.
So they compiled it on Center at Heart, and it's just fantastic because they're doing
hit the back of the
Like when
net
they-
on a field goal.
They did sub for when Trevon Boykin came in
Yeah.
for Russell Wilson, and they did the graphic of substitution, and they had the red line and the green
It's
line.
so bad.
Yes.
Oh my God, that reminds me. Speaking of the Seahawks, my brother wanted me to do a shout out to SonarFeed. If anybody's interested in buying 3 tickets to Friday's preseason game, SonarFeed first gets dibs on the tickets for face value. So Hawks Nest.
So $1 million.
Nope, it's only $55 per Hawks Nest for
That is
throw.
brilliant.
You could always make it just free season.
I
You
found the
know,
graphic.
if it was
It's up.
mine, I would, but it's the LFG Cruise
Then go back.
tickets. So we're gonna put out 3 tickets to Friday's preseason game against Minnesota. Just plug that out there. Just took advantage of that.
We're getting all the Minnesota teams.
Yeah, and we're getting them again, right? We're getting
Well,
them
then
again.
we play Minnesota on Sunday.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
So all the Minnesotans are in town. Thankfully, it's a Sunday night game, and you have work the next day. Thankfully
don't
for
actually.
you. Oh,
Oh, you do.
I get to drive to Portland at my
Ouch.
leisure.
Oh, okay, nice. Well,
We
so
are
you're
all-
you're driving
Yo,
down to Portland in
if
the
you
worst
want
traffic
drinks-
day in the history of Oregon.
if you want, yeah, seriously, you're really going to do
I might
that?
just go Tuesday morning.
Yeah, that would probably be the smarter thing to do, man.
Yeah.
FYI. Do not drive.
If you like eclipses,
I mean, I'll be down
And
there,
not the
so we could.
Mitsubishi variety.
nope.
Oh wow!
Doesn't.
So,
This escalated quickly.
right, seriously. Although we did reach a point where we have a producer who can put shit live on the air in the middle of the show. So, shout out to Mark.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that a new laptop
Yeah,
that you have?
it is.
It'd be a shame if your beer spilled on it.
Yeah. So anyway,
Oops.
Here's this water I'm not drinking.
So Deuce goal on Saturday, not terribly surprising, but it was really awesome to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
But for me, highlight of the day, aside from the 6 minutes it appeared that Roman Torres played it forward, was the ball that like at the south end. He took a ball like to the left of the GA section, and looked like he was going to try and dribble through people. And then tried to do a step over or something, and then just kicked it over the goal line for a goal kick. And you could tell everyone on the team's like, just let him have it. It's
Yeah,
cool.
let him do his thing.
He's like a big lab. Like,
But, like-
I'll go get the ball.
I have to tell you, that dude is going to get his goal, and it's going to
Yes, he
be
will. It's gonna be
so
fantastic.
amazing.
Oh yeah, dude.
And it's just fun to watch, like when in that kind of position that your players feel like they can have a little fun and just do something different.
Right.
Like he did not need to be up there, but the other players covered his position for
Yes.
him.
Yeah.
And it's just cool. So
Right.
anyway,
No
I just thought it
question,
was
dude.
fun.
It was fun, man, and that right there is at the root of everything, man. It's been fun. It's been fun. And there was rough start, inconsistent. Players are away. We had, our injuries. We didn't
Yes.
get, considering we didn't get Darylus, the big DP signing.
Oh, he didn't come?
That didn't materialize
Not yet. There's still time. Next winter.
next winter.
They still might announce. They still might announce.
Winter is coming.
It's been fun, man, and as long as we're having fun and the players are having fun,
Hi,
we can
Emily.
tell, man, we're good to go. Good
Right.
to go.
So, anything else fun from yesterday or from Saturday that we should talk through about this match?
I could just say that I appreciate that Smets made the entire team wait for all the players.
Yes. Yes.
Great comment. Great comment.
Yeah.
I mean, it was probably
That
it felt
Schmetzer
like about
made sure that
5
all the
minutes.
players waited to get all
I don't
the
know if
players
it
to
actually
finish
was,
their arc.
but it might have been.
No, it really was a long time because I'm not sure who it was. Dempsey
Yeah.
was being
Yes.
interviewed.
Dempsey was it. Yeah. And we were all
Yes.
for
for a minute.
a while. Yes.
But Schmetz was like, no, you're going to wait until the whole team.
Right.
Hey, they just noticed that you were on the show. Thanks, Emily.
That's who that is.
Hi, Adam.
No, but that
that
was fun,
guy?
man. That was a lot of fun Saturday.
And Nagu's getting up.
Nago.
Nago getting some minutes.
Yeah.
He was not pleased at all. He came over and Kyle's like, "Hey, why don't you get up on the stand?" And he's like, "I'm cool, whatever." He was fun. No, it was just like he was, he's done. Like,
Yeah.
he had his day. He's happy to walk away, and he's like, "No, you're gonna come up here." And he's like, "All right," which is super fun,
Right.
because he is that guy.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was funny because he's going to defer or to be demure about it. And he's like, no, that's really not necessary kind of thing, But it was fun to see. I mean, he ran over to the section and went over the 253 crew immediately after that match. So fun to see.
Yes.
He definitely is going to get a roar or two when he enters the field.
Oh, no question, man. And I think he...
How about that video that they did of him now arriving?
Oh, the video of him arriving. Yes.
So we've been reminded, which we should talk about, another thing from yesterday was there's this S2 team.
Woo!
They play in Tukwila.
Yes.
Maybe you've heard of them.
Would you say they're Duwamish Zone?
To the core.
Green
to the
River
core.
Zone.
No, so I will say, man, they brought in
Oh, look, Choo Choo.
some of the
Oh,
big
look,
guns
Choo Choo.
for S2 yesterday. They brought in Tony
Yes.
and Jordy Dellum.
Yes.
Both to help on the defensive line side. And it made a huge difference, especially considering that the defensive line in the previous 3 to 4 home matches had a very young...
16 home matches.
Yeah, there's been a lot. But,
The previous 16.
the last 3 to 4,
Did you
we
say 16?
saw this kid named Briscoe. Last name Briscoe. First name... Oh, my God, I can't believe I can't think of it right now, which is bad because I announce his names at the games. But Briscoe, he's only 16. Only 16, and he's not... I mean, he's like an adequate 16-year-old. He's not like Sam Rogers, the 18-year-old who could be 23. Briscoe is a very... small 16-year-old, and he was taking on 22, 23-year-old players from Rio Grande Valley team, and he did really well. I'm really excited about his future. He played probably the best out of the academy players that have gotten playing time. In my opinion, he's played better than Asriel Gonzalez, the young 16-year-old who signed the contract. Also, another 15-year-old, Christian Kuntz, he also has been getting a lot of minutes in the last month or so, and these are the future.
Right.
And literally, these are 16, 15-year-olds. But they got a chance. They got a lot of minutes, and now for this game, I think we're making a run for a playoff here. We're like, I think 3 points back
Yes.
from the final spot below the line, and man, they looked so good yesterday. S2 looked really good. The defensive line was tight. Didn't allow any easy goals. The attack was really strong.
We didn't allow any goals.
Yeah, any goals.
I
but
heard that there was a goal that was fun to watch.
Fun to watch.
Yes.
Zach's.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Zach Mathers. The dude's been consistently one of the best.
Describe the goal.
Yeah. Oh, dude. It was amazing.
Did you say goal la sa?
I've got it.
Goal la
I've
sa,
got it.
sa.
I've got it playing.
Yeah.
It's so
So
good.
you're saying that people at home can watch it?
Can watch it. He tackles the keeper, and then just kind of lays on the ground and kicks it in.
So amazing.
Yeah. No, like literally, he never gave up on the ball. He slid tackle. The goalkeeper decided
Yes.
to keep the ball with his feet. And here, Zach Mathers is coming like a bullet, and he slide tackles, steals the ball, while it's on the ground, manages to kick the ball and score it. I mean,
It was fantastic.
It deserved a Ric Flair. Woo!
Yes. Yeah, that you gave him that, didn't
No
you?
question.
Yeah.
No question. He got me hyped
So
up with
good.
that goal. That was I'm watching it right now. Oh, let's go, Zach! You're the man, dude. Are you kidding me?
Isn't
Are
that
you
great?
That was just so clutch.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Like I gotta watch this again.
Wait, seriously? This is really a thing?
Yes.
Wait.
It really happened.
Wait. Are you
It's-
doing
wait.
something else here?
Yeah, sorry.
Something else is happening right
You
now.
already know what
That was
reply I'm
really
gonna have.
fucking
It
awesome,
was
by the way.
amazing, dude.
He's like, nope.
Yes. Give me that.
So, is this an article?
Wait, so
No, it's
fill us
something-
in,
it's
bring
something
us up
somebody
to
found on
speed.
Amazon,
Wait, so it's a book?
apparently.
Bring us up to
Allegedly.
speed.
What?
What am I?
What is
Look
this?
up.
Hand it to me so I
We're
can
gonna look
show
it
the
up.
folks
Let
at
the
home.
producers locate this to share with us.
All right, we're going to see if this is real. Because if it is, I'm going to be really uncomfortable.
Yeah,
This
while
is
you're
the
doing
time
that-
where you should fill this air with
While
something
you're doing
else.
this, definitely get out to these S2 games. They're fun. They're a lot of fun.
You're there.
Players, I'm there, but more than anything, I mean,
Sometimes
it's
Mark is
so
there.
Cool to see like all these young players just go all out. I mean, it's fun, man, and the players have been doing well. I gotta apologize also to my boy Felix Chankum. I didn't think he'd been playing the greatest, and he just shut me up yesterday with a heck of a goal and hustle. And I think Brian, our first round pick this year, Brian Anasinkum and Henry Wingo play really well together on the side on their same side. They play really well
Tell me
together.
when it's up.
Ray Sari might be a future. I hate to say it like that because you hate to be compared, but the dude is a beast as a defensive midfielder, and he reminds me of Ozzy, man. I hate to say it, but he reminds me of Ozzy. Ray
A
Sari-
future person who will have a Justin Bieber song sung about him
Yes.
in a stadium by a lot of
Yes.
people.
And I'm gonna give credit to Mr. Meeker on Twitter. I forgot his Twitter handle, but I know it's Meeker. And he mentioned that he
Meeker
thinks-
253, 523, something like that.
He mentioned that
Yeah.
Sari would likely beat out the player that we just signed from Montreal next year. Could, and I agree totally with him. That I think he could beat out. What is his name? Callum.
Callum Malice.
Yeah, that he could beat. Sari potentially could replace Callum as an 18 midfielder with the first team. He's very aggressive. He gets yellow
Is it up?
cards
I'm ready.
from time to time, but he establishes his space. And
So
that's what I'm talking about.
So I'm going to derail this completely. Thank you to whoever pointed this out, Mark, among others. So why don't you throw that up on the screen?
All right, live.
So someone on the internet who should get a beer found this amazing Kindle edition of 100 Things Sounders fans should know and do before they die. Parentheses, 100 things, ... fans should know. Close parentheses.
This is from
By-
Jeslo Photo, by the way.
Everyone's favorite Seattle Times
No!
quote beat reporter
No!
Jeff Baker.
So, in the description,
$11.99. You can pre-order
Are you
with
kidding
one
me?
click. Delivered May 1st,
Is it April
2018.
1st?
No. You have to wait till May 1st to get it. It'll come straight to your Kindle though.
in the description, award-winning sports writer Jeff Baker has collected every essential piece of Sounders knowledge and trivia.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. Paper, if that's true.
Wow.
I don't even fucking know what to say.
You just said it. Unbelievable.
That
Out of all the
right
people to
there,
write
that.
a book like that, that might be the
So-
last person I could think of to write a book like that.
So Jeff and I don't really get along on the internet,
No.
and
Who gets along with him?
he told me that I should get a job as a consultant for the city if I knew anything about transit. You know, the thing that's non-existent where the Key Arena is. While he may be perfectly capable of writing a good story, he's the backup option for the Seattle Times.
Yeah.
And he said he stepped up to take the job. And they got rid of someone who now the rest of the country is having write stuff in Matt Pence.
Oh my god.
And
dude, that's
I got to tell you,
unbelievable.
I've seen a lot of really good money grabs before. But this is
This
definitely on
is-
that list.
No.
I know that you guys asked
No
Jeff
shame.
Baker to be on the show, but abso-fucking-lutely not. If I am here ever, is that happening?
No, because he literally could be our first guest that walks out.
Like
it would be fucking awesome.
7:37. We would do the intro. Ugo would literally have just finished 6.5 minutes of the Sonar
my
Feed
God.
intro. We would all cheers a couple times, and then someone would be like,
Fuck you.
Did we
someone
did we
would be
tweet
like,
that out? Did we
"Hey,
tweet that out?
what's your agenda for tonight, Jeff?" And he would just get up and walk away. Like, it's like,
OMG.
"Oh, did you take a vehicle from the port authority?" Like, someone would make a joke. It would end so poorly,
It would
and
be
yet would
so
be
amazing.
totally worth it. We're not doing that. Whatever. I got nothing on this.
I'd say shout out Jeff Baker if you're listening, because I know you're up to the beat on all of the Sounders ins and outs.
I don't understand
Dude, that
this
just completely flipped the script.
at all. I'm
Wow.
actually baffled.
Me too.
So anyway, Jeff Baker has a book available for Kindle, $11.99 on Amazon. And if you need to know sneaky shit about going to Sounders games that you couldn't learn anywhere else except everywhere on the internet, you can buy it.
So this is a series, right? When I was looking for this, it's 100 things. Every single team, NFL, MLS.
That's fine.
Like,
I have no
it's
problem with the concept of this book. Everyone's bought a book like this. It's like, the hidden Hawaii.
Sounders
or
for Dummies.
whatever.
He's the least credible source for this type of book out of all the amazing, long-time writers, community
Who's the
members.
worst, Twitter Sounders
Sounders
troll
at heart,
you could think of? They would be more qualified to write this book.
Yeah, that's just like, wow.
So, so the joke here is, Hawaii Revealed is the book that everybody buys or takes out of the library or whatever if you go to any of the different Hawaiian islands.
Don't go to
and
any
the
of those
joke
places.
is if Maui especially was one that if you left it on your dashboard, that the locals would just smash your windshield, not to take it or anything, just to smash your windshield because you had that
the poor
book.
choices.
And yeah, I don't understand
Man.
how this is even a thing. I mean,
Well,
good for Jeff, I guess, to be selected to write a 100 things
I gotta pay
random
bills too, man.
Kindle
I get it.
edition.
I gotta pay bills too.
Are you allowed to bring your Kindle into the stadium?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
In fact, I saw something
That's
out of
rule. That's the one thing. The first thing that you
because
wouldn't
you can't
know.
bring your case.
I honestly would do that and be like, but I'm just trying to bring Jeff Baker's book on the
Hunch Bunch, 100 ways to tell a marketing scam, and lick it. 100 sick burns I've burned on Foley. And Chris, on brand, BDSM for dummies.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Lick it.
And
It would be 100 pages of.
John is
bike
dead
lanes.
on, though. The prospective buyers are not going to know
Yeah.
any of these things. I don't even know if he's addressing the picture I'm trying to paint
Can we
here.
do an Amazon review?
Yeah, I think you have to buy it.
Oh, shit.
I think you have to buy
Oh, that's
it.
right. No, it'll say verified purchase or whatever.
I'm uncomfortable.
Things just got awkward.
So the Sounders
yeah,
have a game on Sunday
Yeah.
versus Minnesota, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time
yes.
at everyone's favorite amazing stadium that
we
actually
all-
has transit to it.
Yeah. And
Do you think Jeff Baker takes
no,
transit
can
to
we
the
talk
stadium?
about that though? Seriously, we just had.
I guarantee he's never touched
We
an
just
orca
had
card.
2 super packed back-to-back events there with the Sounders game on Saturday, followed by Edgar Martinez number retirement game. Then we had the season ticket holder celebration, followed by another huge Edgar Martinez night. And it's so easy to get to these games, man.
Traffic wasn't great in Pioneer Square,
to me, it was perfect.
but it was not awful yesterday.
yeah, not at all. Not at all, man. Now, I might be biased because I drive over from 99 and
And that's I don't know how many people went to the Sounders event, 5,000, 10,000?
Oh,
How many?
No, I would think
No, all in.
a lot more. Probably like 10, maybe 15.
10,
I would say
15,000.
10,
Okay.
15,000.
How many people went to the Mariner game? I mean, we could look this up.
They've sold
In
out.
the tens of thousands,
Yeah.
okay? So in the same period of time, 30, 40,000 people were there. I got in a car at 12:30, and we left and had no issue driving in Pioneer Square.
Dude, we got
That
there
would
right
literally
before-
not be the case for 15,000 people at Key Arena.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyway.
So, yep, Light Road was empty. No, I mean, Soto is... And I take the road where this whole vacated street issue is a thing. I literally take that road and vacated street like all the time. for work.
45,000 at Mariners yesterday.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
See, and if we vacated that street, how would you be able to get there?
What would you do,
Oh, my
Ugo?
God. That alley...
You know what you would do? You'd probably take transit. Park on a different street.
I would leave 15 minutes earlier at worst, to knowing that it might be a little bit
Right,
longer
because
wait.
you could actually in one day go to multiple sporting events
Which I
in
did
like a
twice.
10-block space.
Yes. So I think I love being able to do that. I love being able to go to all these events down in Soto, in Pioneer Square, and it's no biggie. So yes. So now talking about the rest of the season, to go back to Sounders.
Yeah, so there's a game on Sunday
Yes.
versus the not awesome Minnesota United, who are they in total last yet? Let's see. No, they are not. DC United, still worse.
Ouch.
Somehow.
Ouch.
So Minnesota United has 49 goals against. So they do have.
Wow.
Is that bad?
They don't have the worst goal differential, which is insane.
Negative 20?
They're minus 20. DC has minus 25.
Really?
Wow.
But they are minus 20, and they have 29
happy
and
was-
49.
Oh my God.
So, like,
Lamar must
isn't the
have been
record
so happy when
60
he got
something?
traded. Lamar must have been
Isn't
like,
the record like 60 something, 70 goals?
Oh my
Chivas
God, I
USA?
don't even- oh.
They're going to get that.
Can
They're
we-
going to let up 15 more
Can
goals.
I ask for a favor? Can we refer to the team as the previous team to LAFC instead of not calling them Chivas, just the previous team before LAFC? Just it's so hard to hear Chivas in such a negative connotation, and just throwing that out there. I'd be appreciated. I really appreciate it.
Fuck Chivas.
So the answer is no.
No mames.
Oh, you mean soon to be LA Galaxy?
Oh.
I didn't get that. It's okay.
I'm unsure how
LAFC
to respond
is
to this.
Gonna roll in and just be like,
I believe that. Yeah. LA. Yep. No, but so before I forget, anybody looking for a ticket for that game? I got one. Hit me up. GA. I'll take care of y'all. Oh, you need a GA ticket? Nice. No. The Loons. The Loons this Sunday against Minnesota. Yeah. Hit me up. I'm gonna be at the Eclipse down in Oregon, taking care of that. But I want to talk about the rest of the season, yo.
Okay.
Like, this is crunch time, right?
So Minnesota Sunday,
Yep.
6:30 p.m. Pacific time.
This calendar is wrong that I just put up there, y'all. Times have changed.
Sounders play Wednesday
shitty
away
producer.
in Vancouver on the
I didn't
23rd
make the calendar.
at 7 p.m.
Grandma will be
Grandma's
there.
going.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, Sunday. Gosh. woo.
Ugo's dropping tickets.
Slanging tickets, yo.
Right. So we've got Minnesota, we've got Vancouver on a Wednesday. Vancouver sits where as we speak?
mid-table.
They are 7th, 6 points behind.
Yep.
Okay. Followed by the next weekend, so that's a Sunday,
How many
right?
games in hand they have?
Yeah.
Who-
Followed by
Vancouver, it won't matter, but
Portland
Yeah.
on Sunday, right? Sunday the 27th.
At 6:30. Yeah.
So
The last
I
one.
want to get into Copita and stuff in a second, but Sunday the 27th, before there's a break for a minute. So in a week's time, you have a really bad team, Minnesota, a middle-of-the-table team in Vancouver, but a rival, and a rival in Portland coming up here. That's a pretty intense week and a day that Seattle's going to have here.
is there anything
So
else going on that? that week?
That's what I was just
we'll
going to talk
about
about.
that. Oh yeah, we're going to talk about that. There's a
So
lot going on.
So three matches that Sounders realistically, they should beat Portland. They should beat Minnesota. They should be able to take at least a point in Vancouver.
Yeah, for sure. I think all those teams are playing not too great. We are playing great. We should definitely come out with at least 6 points, at worst 7, and expecting 9.
Right?
No question.
I'd love 9.
Oh my
That'd be
God.
wonderful.
We're gonna start to take possession of that.
And then
first
a couple.
top spot. Let's go.
And then a couple weeks off before Galaxy at home on Sunday. I think it is the 10th.
Yes. That's
Yep.
So Saturday, the 26th of August.
Big finish to
Get
the summer.
up early.
Yes. Yes.
Where are we going?
We are going to the heart of football in the Puget Sound, where it all magically gets done. The one spot where everything gets, like the Sounders, that's where they create their magic. That's where all the magic happens.
That sounds like not what I was thinking about when you said the magic happening.
I'm just saying, Starfire.
There's like money next to you and whatnot.
Yes. Oh.
Put it in a
someone's
shirt.
making it rain, yo.
Put it in a shirt.
$1 bill,
take care of
y'all.
sending that ticket to you. I don't have the physical ticket out, but I will hook you up. I will make sure I transfer that over. Slinging tickets, y'all. Seahawks tickets, you need them? Send me a DM. No, but more importantly, the most important ticket of all is La Copita, the 5th annual La Copita.
The little cup.
The Little Cup, sponsored or set up, not sponsored. It's really just put on by a lot of fans, supporters, friends from La Barra, Fuerza Verde. The families get together on the 26th. So Saturday, the same day as the supporters.
The day that
Cup.
the SonarFeed crew will be spending the entire day at Starfire.
Welcome.
Can we have beer?
At Starfire?
Can we bring in what we want?
Can they comp us
Do we know anybody who is running the show? Can they?
Is there a beer counter at Starfire?
will do.
We need to look into this information.
Yeah, it's critical, dude. It's
So let's talk about this for a minute, but Kevin wanted to point out, remember kids, Fortress Starfire, greater than Fortress Estadio Azteca. I could ask Jeff if you can get beer into Starfire. So anyway.
Seriously.
So Saturday, what
Yes.
time?
So
Early.
Early. Registrations already said we have 8 amazing teams. We're going all the way up to U15s this year, and we are actually following one team that has been at every Copita, and they will be at their. Now they started as a U9, and now they will be in a U. Most of them are U15, and they are a 3-time champion of La Copita. But it's going to be an amazing, fun tournament. All these teams come from moderate to low income communities. A lot of the teams cannot afford the expensive, premium youth club tournaments that you see around the Puget Sound. So we put on a big tournament for the kids. We hook them up with all kinds of barra swag. We're working on getting access to announcements. I'll be doing likely some PA announcements for that day. And it's just fun, man, seeing all these kids and kind of giving back to future fans. Through a lot of the swag that you guys support, all the barra scarf you guys buy, the shirts you guys rock, all that goes to making sure that all these kids can play in this tournament. We have refs with the help of ECSFC. We've secured Starfire as the location. We've done it in the past there. It's
The
just
big
fun, man.
field.
Yeah, the big. This is going to be where S2 plays. This is where the Sounders have played U.S. Cup matches. It's going to be fun. Come out. The kids would love to have more and more people there besides just their family and barra volunteers. So if you can come out just for an hour, catch a couple games, root for some of the kids, listen to some, from the stadium. It'll be a fun day, man. It'll be a lot of fun. Let's go. Come out.
So we're going to be there a while that day.
Yes.
So
there is no cost for you guys to attend as of right now.
yeah, I think it's just parking, right?
Yeah, just parking.
And supporter cups will follow that up for the whole day. So the ECSFC Supporter Cup matches, excuse me, versus TAFC.
Yes.
For basically the rest of the day. So if you want to get your chill on, starting at what time's Copita conclude?
The Copita will end around noon. The first game for the Supporters Cup will start around 12:15.
12:15, 12:30, something like that.
Right around there. There will be 2 matches, and then I believe there's actually going to be a Special Olympics match. I believe.
I think it's still happening.
It's still happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a long day, but a fun day, and frankly something that if you can come out for an hour or two, as Ugo said, pick your poison. Come out in the morning, support the kids, come out, hang out a while, come back in the afternoon, whatever you want to do.
Do they get to join us potentially on SonarFeed?
If you come out, you will see us on SonarFeed, and if you want to get your talk on
play-by-play
about some sounders, about some copitas. We could use like 15 different things probably that day. We're going to have Mark running around with a mobile camera that day.
Hell yeah.
Oh, on-field reporter?
Really long USB cable.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be out there. He's going to be out there in his USA skivvies running around on the field.
That's a really good idea.
That is a really good idea, actually.
That might be
You're
the
getting
best
tossed.
Do we have
I could just see
Max jumped in.
a specific
Unified
adult
Special
rating on
Olympics
here?
game.
Marco's giving you the bird.
I don't know
wanted
that-
to interview him at halftime.
Let's not have that happen.
Wear your jersey.
It's gonna be fun, man. No, come out, y'all. It's gonna be a fun event.
Max just woke up, by the way, so shout out to Naps.
Shout out to Max.
Hope you had a nice nap, Max.
Yeah. No, I did just mention that, Max. The Unified Special Olympics game. I'm very proud to be able to volunteer and do some PA work for that event as well.
Is there food? Are there food trucks? I'm not sure if there are food trucks.
Even if there's no food trucks, we're working on some options there. The Starfire has some amazing pizza there. They also have the cafe that has some food, and
Uber Eats delivers to Starfire.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to Uber
We
Eats.
did have some Chipotle burritos there.
That's true. That's
X2,
true.
So we know that. That can be delivered.
Why do I still have the video?
There's apparently going to be a handsome photographer. Also, Max. He says.
I thought you said handsome.
Hail
No, he
pizza.
said also, Max.
Hey Tom, did you give a shout out?
Question.
Did you wear your FC jersey or?
Not yet. Nope. But that's a good one. We have like 500 reminders for this.
Should I wear my way more updated FC Zenit jersey?
I mean, you could do that, but no, don't do it. So Sunday, Minnesota, which I think we do still have a few ECS tickets available for.
Oh, nice.
Are we going to Minnesota again?
We are
Please?
not,
No.
but it is ECSFC Support Day. So if you've got an ECSFC jersey, wear it in the section, in the stadium.
If you have an extra one, I'll wear it.
Yeah, so support FC. Yeah, Mark's going to wear some weird-ass pub league jersey he's got.
No, do I wear FC Wolfpack? Do I wear
Don't wear something that makes you look like you're a Minnesota United fan.
What the hell was on?
Well, he already got rid of the mustache.
Blue Steel. Or
So he's
no.
saved there. Saved there.
The porn
Or do I
stash
wear
is gone.
Scum
Your
Villainy?
blue one would be good.
Okay,
Do it.
I'll wear that one.
Do it.
That one's
Do
that
it.
One says
You
LT
could have had
Gray
a
anyways.
ticket. I had one. It's already gone, y'all. Act quick. The Seahawk tickets are still available. Back to regular
Let me
program.
let me put your phone number here on the bottom of the screen. Dial now.
Friday
Turn
night
it to
on
You now have a
QVC.
producer that's.
Yeah.
Mark was perfectly capable of doing those things. He just chose
He was just
not to.
Yeah, Mark was
Adam
just
is
doing
like,
this.
Oh no, I'm running like
This
schools
This
on
is
the
this is
bottom.
this is what Mark was
$55
doing.
ticket. We give them Hawksnest, fourth row up. Let's go.
ECSFC. We've seen
Wow.
No, but seriously,
I can't wait to be gone for 2 weeks.
No, Mark.
I
no.
won't.
I've gotten like 50 gifts back about my Jeff Baker book tweet. They're all basically like, oh no. This is a
things your
Grey's
cat wants on
Anatomy
Amazon.
one from Eileen. She's sitting like 8 feet away from me and she's sending me gifts on the internet.
Bread, her tweet. Jeff, honey, what are you doing?
Wow.
You
She went to
just got told.
She went to Facebook in Stanford for a week, and now she's like, "What?"
Oh my god, that's so good.
hanging out with Zuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, so three pretty big matches coming back to Sounders time.
Yes.
Three pretty big matches, a little bit of a break, and then Galaxy home, Dallas away, Salt Lake away.
Oh,
That'll probably
man.
be Salt Lake
Yeah.
away sucks all the
And
time,
Vancouver,
In September.
but then Vancouver
Yeah.
back here, Philly away.
yeah, that should be all right.
Yeah.
No, but those matches you just mentioned in September, the LA, Dallas, Real Salt Lake, and then Vancouver, those are going to be key.
You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
LA at home right now, I feel pretty good about. But Dallas away, Salt Lake away, doesn't matter how good or bad they are.
Man.
It's always a challenge
Dude,
to play.
Don't remind me.
And again,
because we don't train at
I
elevation.
have never seen a positive
Nice.
result going to Salt Lake, and I've been there at least twice.
You did
maybe.
get that Vancouver away,
Thank
though.
God. Oh, but man, that away trip to Salt Lake, those two were painful. Very
So,
painful.
so big picture here. Sounders are 0 points out. It's goal differential away from being in first in the West, which is
yeah.
amazing.
Yes.
Toronto's 10 points up, same number of matches played.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they got 47 points.
Ooh, snap.
So, and
Oh
they
my
have scored
God.
a ton of goals.
Damn.
yeah, they're
So,
Money says they go out in the first round.
damn,
I'm just saying, man.
that's harsh.
They're not very clutch.
I pulled up the 538 predictions,
Yep.
and they're like, make the playoffs, and it's just like, yep, they're in. It's
Yeah. So, the East is about scoring some goals right now, though. So the top three teams have more goals for
so
than
weird.
every team in the West,
That's so
which is
weird.
just bonkers.
I mean, it's been a decade since the West has dominated. About time they stepped up. About time. Tired of winning, y'all. Tired of winning. Not really.
Hella greedy.
Wow, Jinx.
Did you just you get so we're gonna win so much where you're gonna be tired
Man,
of winning? Is that what you
I'm
just dropped on
excited.
us,
I'm just
Hugo?
excited that the West has not, the West has just been dominating the MLS for years. About time to just make it a little bit more entertaining. Let's go.
So we talked about the weeks ahead.
Yes.
We've got a few minutes left. Maybe for once we'll try and end a show relatively on time.
Sounds good.
Even
Sounds
though we still won't leave here until 11:30.
good. Yo, my wings are still here. I'm gonna tear that up.
You might want to order a whole new batch of wings, yo.
I'll tear them up.
I told him to hold on.
Fishlock wouldn't let you touch those wings.
I don't think he's finished yet.
Thank you. Shout out to Eileen for saving my
So,
wings.
so anything else we want
Where
to
is
talk
she?
about? Anything else we want to chat
big
about?
shout out and a big birthday shout out to our friend of the show, the one and only Lisa Bookworm. I don't know the rest of your Twitter handle, but I know it
16.
includes Bookworm. Bookworm 16. Happy birthday to you.
Wow.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lisa. Happy birthday to you.
What,
Even though you're not here with
what
us.
is even happening right now?
Yo, man, Lisa. Just,
That was amazing.
little
To celebrate
love.
Lisa's
Yeah,
birthday.
now
we
we're gonna
should
have to
leave
pay
here before
royalties.
11:30.
I was going to say, did you just pay the royalties? Because I didn't. That's what's up. So what else? What else does the crew have on tap?
I'm gonna defer to Adam first. What you got going, man?
Absolutely nothing.
So between now and the next time we see you,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
not doing anything.
I'll be delivering lots of food
Cool.
to lots of people who are slightly baked.
As one does.
Yeah.
So
I'm
what?
not baked yet.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know.
Elaborate
I
about
didn't
that?
know that Mark was in your delivery area.
I said slightly.
Oh,
Not hella.
not hella. Not hella.
damn,
Does Sumner count?
damn.
I've delivered close to Sumner.
What about White River Amphitheater on
No,
Saturday?
I'm not
evening?
delivering to White
Nope.
River
Oh,
Theater
where
on
you
Saturday
going? What
evening.
show?
Incubus.
It's the Incubus
Incubus.
show. That's right.
So that's what you're doing.
Yeah. I'm going to an eclipse in Oregon in totality. I'm going to be in the totality line. I'm leaving Saturday.
Where are you going?
Where am I going?
Yeah.
To Woodburn,
Okay.
Oregon. Woodburn.
Hey, I've been there.
Yeah. It'll be a fun trip. It's a 4-day deal because it's supposed to be like the craziest
Right.
traffic day
By the
weekend
way,
in the history
gonna
of
be
Oregon.
insane.
They have really good strawberry shortcake there.
Good to know. They also have some of the most amazing Mexican
Just
food
like
in Oregon.
at the
in
Thriftway
Woodburn.
or the Safeway
Yo,
in
there's some
Woodburn.
pretty good Mexican.
No. Like their
No,
little
look.
fairgrounds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They've got really
Yeah,
good
yeah.
strawberry shortcake. We used
Yeah.
to
Fair enough.
back in the day.
That's
we
super
used-
random.
Yeah, we used to do a show there for their fair, and afterwards
Yeah.
we got strawberry shortcake, and it was.
And I'll
really
just say it
delicious.
now. I'll just say it now. Shout out to frenemies down there for hooking your brother up and making something happen so that I didn't have to pay like $600 for one night at a hotel room. Jesus, it's like crazy, but
That is crazy.
yeah, no, making it happen. So I'm
Well,
doing
you're
that
making
this
it happen.
weekend.
That's good.
And I'm not gonna be at this match for Minnesota, but I'll be back after that.
Okay.
No question. What
So
you
we'll
got?
see you at
What
some
got?
point. Lots of work this week. I don't know what I'm doing next weekend. I'm going to Hawaii 2 weeks from Wednesday.
Are you excited? Because I'm excited.
I'm actually like
a lot of people
ridiculously
here are going to
excited.
Hawaii. Grandma, you going to
I've
Hawaii
been there
too?
in like a year and a half.
I have not been to Hawaii since Memorial Day
Oh, I heard
of
it was a dope,
2016.
Holy shit!
I know, for me, it's like forever. Other people are watching this right now, and they're like, fuck you. I've never been there
I've
in my
never
entire
been.
life.
Also,
Yeah,
other
see?
people
I've never
are
been
I've
watching
eaten
and like,
Hawaiian
I've
food.
been there more recently.
Yeah.
There's
Seriously, other people.
There's a place about a mile from my house called the Tiki Hut that makes really good Hawaiian food.
Nice. Speaking of tiki places, did you see that the Tiki,
Tiki
Company,
Torch.
Oh,
Torch
man.
Company, came out and condemned racist people using tiki torches? That may have been one of the better corporate Facebook posts I've ever seen in my
By the way,
Facebook life.
yesterday, 2 of the bands straight up went all full on political and was like, "Fuck Nazis!" Like they said it just like that. One of them even made a little song out of it, and it was so awesome. Surprisingly, one of them was called New Politics.
Also, other than that, I think just chilling. Got the game. Yeah, no big plans. So a chill week. There haven't been a lot of weeks where there aren't like 500,000 things going on. So I'm sort of looking forward to like a night of TV catch up or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I haven't watched this week yet, so don't say anything.
I'm not gonna say anything. But oh my
But
God.
there's dragons.
About damn time.
Max wants to know if you went to the end summer camp. You only pointed it out 30 times prior.
By the way, last week's Game of Thrones, that was one hell of a barbecue.
Yeah. No question.
I did watch last week's Game of Thrones, so I agree.
That's awesome.
Anyway, so I think unless there's no other questions in the house, we might actually end at a normal human time
I like it.
and save up those extra minutes from y'all at home. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Y'all in the bar, thank you for being here.
Y'all?
Y'all at the table.
And everybody.
I will see y'all in a
Oh.
couple of weeks because I'll be in Oregon.
Oh.
So next Monday.
Mickey wants to know if we're going to preview the most important game of the weekend, Colorado at DC United. You know what the answer is? Nope.
No, I do have a preview. There may be 100 completed passes total.
All right, well, let's get out of here.
And
Thank y'all
here-
for watching.
Yep.
Thanks for watching,
And here's your
y'all.
7-day forecast.
Boom.
Did you actually put up the 7-day forecast?
Yeah, it's up right now.
You
Thanks,
are
Andy
amazing.
Wampler.
Wow.